This computer. Okay, so it's recording. Okay, so hello, I'm Christina. I am the treasurer of the Austin Scholars Program, and I'm a junior over here at Merrimack, and I have been in the program for 3 years now. And today we're going to be talking to Dr. Kelley and getting to know him more and just asking him some questions. So this is Dr. Kelley. Go ahead.
Hi, Christina. Great to see you. I remember so fondly when we had the St. Augustine class together last year, and I also remember how good a debater you were. Remember that? You were.
I do.
You had debate experience in high school, I think, didn't you? Yeah. Well,
Yes,
it showed
I
you
was
really did
the
a great job.
captain of my debate team. Not to brag, but I was the captain of my debate team.
Yeah, that's great. No, you did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
So my name's Joe Kelley, and I've been a professor here at Merrimack for a long time. I've been here since, I hate to tell you, 1974. Probably, yeah, don't look so surprised. Your parents probably weren't even born then, but I've been really blessed. So. It's been I've been blessed with a great career and interesting work, and I love it. I still love it every day when I come in. Yeah. So, and over the past 5 or 6 years, I've been blessed to work with the Austin Scholars and Sister Jean and Dory and the others, and people like you.
Yes. Oh, I love it. It's great having you. So what made you come here? Like, why did you decide to come to Merrimack?
To Merrimack? Well, some of your listeners may know that I used to be an Augustinian priest. I was an Augustinian friar. And when I was a young man, I was asked by the Augustinians to come to Merrimack and teach theology and work in campus ministry. So I was very happy to do that. I'm from Pennsylvania originally, Philadelphia area. And I had been studying in Washington, D.C. So I came up here in August of 1974 to start teaching. And yeah, so that's how I got here. I got here because of St. Augustine.
That's awesome. That's funny that they brought you here. So far, I'm sure you've made a lot of memories at Merrimack. What do you think your favorite memory by far is here at Merrimack?
Oh, wow.
I know. It's a pretty loaded question.
My favorite memory of Merrimack happened actually in Rome. This was in the late 1980s. And as you may know, my wife is from Poland. And we took the choir, used to direct the choir here at Merrimack. So we took the choir over to Italy, and we sang in various places in Assisi and Rome and around that area. And we had an audience with Pope John Paul II. And since my wife was Polish and spoke Polish, she was able to ask the Pope if we, Merrimack students and faculty, could meet with him privately, which we did. And so about 30 students and some alumni of the college and several professors met with Pope John Paul II, and they talked about Merrimack, and he asked my wife what she was doing with me as an American husband. So it was a great fun. It was a great memory, and I was really glad that we were able to provide our students and faculty with that opportunity. So that's one of my
favorite so memories. Cool. That's so cool. So you got to meet the Pope, not the current Pope, but.
No, right? I've met him too, but this was Pope John Paul II. Yeah.
Are you just friends with all the popes that come on?
Oh yeah, I bump into them on the streets in Rome and
give them a call.
How about a pizza for lunch? Pope Francis. I had a meeting with Pope Francis several years ago, with many other people who work in Jewish-Christian relations, and he's been a leader in Jewish-Christian relations. So we had a meeting with him in the Vatican, and but yeah, it's not something I do every day. I can tell you, it's very special when it happens.
That's super awesome. What do you wear to meet the Pope? Have you ever thought about that? Like, I'm gonna be hanging out with the Pope today. Like, what attire should I have on?
Respectful, like what you're wearing now, a dress and a sweater would be very appropriate. And then I remember when we had the meeting with Pope Francis, we had a sports coat and tie on. And with John Paul II, actually we had our choir robes on, so we were kind of already formally dressed.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Huh.
Yeah.
Now I know if I'm going to meet the Pope, I'll
All right. We'll
wear what
take
I'm
you
wearing
over
right now.
someday.
Sounds like a plan. So what do you think about the Austin Scholars and the program as a whole?
Well, I think it's certainly the premier program at Merrimack
Mhm.
College now in terms of the living learning communities. Um, and I've been really fortunate over the past, how many years now? Is it 4 years to be teaching Austin Scholars,
Yes.
the course in St. Augustine. And the students are, I would say, students of intention.
Hmm.
Service has been a part of their lives, most of them in high school. Um, and they want that to continue, and they want to live in an intentional community where
Yes.
people care about one another and look out for
Hmm.
one another. Uh, so those two things, that dedication to service and to service to the outside world, but then also service to each other in the intentional community of Austin Scholars. And it's
Yeah,
just wonderful to work with people like that.
it is. It is. I like that. What is your favorite part about the Austin Scholars?
My favorite part is when they reflect on their own lives
Hmm.
in light of St. Augustine's life, like we did in
Yes,
class,
agreed.
the various parts of his life where he was having difficulty, he was having trouble in relationships, he was having trouble in his
Yes.
career. Uh, and he's very relevant to people today. And his invitation to reflect carefully on what we're doing in life, what we're doing with our life,
Yeah.
and to hear students reflect very deeply sometimes on
Hmm.
the challenges they faced, the tragedies they've gone through,
Yeah.
what they hope for the future. So that's my favorite part.
Agreed. Agreed. I definitely miss now that I'm a junior and I don't have an Austin Scholars class. I think that's what I miss the most is the reflections because after a week of like craziness, it kind of brings you back down to earth of like putting things back into perspective. And I think that
Yeah.
was my favorite part. And especially with the St. Augustine aspect from your class, he felt more like a real person that was relatable to because he made mistakes and he admitted to some of the mistakes that he made and he talked about them in
Right.
all of his readings. So I liked being able to read about some of the mistakes that he's made because as a normal teenager going through life, it's like I can relate to that. Like that's a mistake that I would definitely make at some point. So I think that the reflection is important and that it's really great that the Austin Scholars are able to come together and do those reflections.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. So I think that's all I have for you today. So thank you so much for joining with us.
You're welcome, Christina, and thank you for the work you do as are you secretary or treasurer now?
Treasurer.
Treasurer. Yeah, that's important work. And I know you do a great job with that. Sister Jean has told me many times. So thank
Oh,
you for that. That's a type of service too, uh,
yes.
to the community. So
Yeah, I
sorry, I don't
enjoy
see you
it.
much on campus anymore. I hope that changes next semester or next year, your senior
Yes,
year.
definitely. Hopefully we'll be able to see each other more. I'll definitely have to pop by in your classes too.
Okay, you're always welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye bye now. Thanks.